Good morning. I keep thinking that this is a stain, and it's not. It's this. Is it a stain? Oh, it is a stain. Oh no. I thought it was the sun. Nope, it's a stain. Whoopsies. But happy Wednesday. I'm headed to work. Gonna be a little bit late, but that's okay. Gonna be even later because I don't know why we're stopped right now, but that is okay. So if you guys saw my video yesterday, you know how my hematology appointment went and how we're waiting for some big test results to come back. I did way too much research yesterday, which I think is to be expected, even though I know Dr. Google is not always our friend. And I am like, I don't know. It just feels like impossible that it's anything else, based on what like everything is saying that I'm reading, and based on like my own personal lab work and history and stuff. Like it seems like things are matching up like a little too well. Or maybe I'm like, my anxiety is tricking me into believing that. But, yeah, I'm just very, like, I feel like this cloud of impending doom, which I guess you could call anxiety, just over me right now. And it sounds so stupid to say, but like, life flashing before my eyes, like, I don't feel like that per se, but it does have me thinking about my life as a whole. And if, you know, this scenario comes true, like what my life will look like, I don't know. It's a lot to like take in. And like, I don't even know if this is the case yet. You know, like, I don't know. But like, the other thing that I think I'm struggling with the most is that this has been going on in my body for at least 15 years. And like, no one has caught anything prior to right now, like since 2021 or 22, when my doctor was like, "Is your blood work always like this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then that was when he referred me to the hematologist. So that was 2022. Because then I lost my insurance for 2023 and couldn't go. And then finally went back to my PCP 2024. And then he referred me again. And I had to wait until that appointment, obviously, until yesterday, July. So like, if this does come back as something, or what they're thinking, or, you know, whatever, then that means like I would have been sick this entire time. And like, that's also hard to grasp too, because like no one ever caught it. Like, that's frustrating. But I know I'm getting like super ahead of myself, and I'm trying not to, but like, it's hard not to. But I do appreciate everybody in the comments yesterday sending good vibes and prayers, and you know, thinking about me and stuff. And I hope that they're just like, I hope I made that video for no reason, and I hope I'm panicking for no reason, and that this is going to be something else that they find. But I guess we will just have to wait and see. That's the hardest part, is the waiting. The waiting and the seeing. My next appointment with her isn't until August 26th. But she did say that my blood work should come back in like a week or so. So I'm hoping, you know, obviously if there's anything on there, because I'm able to see a lot of it on my portal, which has been helpful yesterday and also not helpful. Because one of the tests came back that looks for leukemia and lymphoma, and I think it looks for like the cells and all that from what my research is. And every time I open that test, because I can open all the other ones, I can see my CBC, I can see my protein levels, I can see my iron, like they tested a bunch of stuff, and I can open those and see them, and it'll show me the results. But when I try to open that specific one, the results aren't in there. So I don't know if she has a way to like block me from seeing results, and like that's why I'm not seeing them, or maybe the test just isn't back, like the results aren't back yet, but the test is there because she ordered it. I don't know. But basically what that test shows is, I think if you have those cells and how many you have, and then if it's over a certain number, then that means you have it. If I'm understanding it correctly anyway. So I'm like, let me open it and see what it says. Like I need to know. I'm the type of person that like not knowing is what gives me more anxiety. I want to rip the Band-Aid off of everything. I want to know absolutely everything, and then I want to know the game plan, and I want to know it like right now, which I know is not possible, and I need to have patience, and I need to just woosah, and whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. There's one thing that I remember my therapist always telling me about anxiety, and that's, you need to ask yourself, anxiety makes you say, well, what if this, and what if that, and what if this? And my therapist always used to say, reverse the question and say, okay, well then what if? What if this is cancer? What if this comes back as something scary? Then what? And my answer to that would be, well, then we deal with it. We move forward and we figure it out. And we find the right team of doctors, and we find a community of people who have gone through or are going through the same thing. So that's what I just keep trying to like come back to. I think this type of cancer in particular is scary. Not that not all of them are scary, they all are scary. But this isn't like the type of cancer you can like take medicine for, or like chemo or radiation and have the possibility of it going away. This type of cancer would be a lifelong thing. And so I think that's like a hard pill to swallow too, thinking that like if it comes back as this, like I'll never be 100% healthy, like there will always be something lingering and wrong, and that shit's just fucking scary. So, but again, getting ahead of myself, because like I said, she didn't say the only possibility is cancer, but she also didn't talk about anything else and say that that's not the only possibility. So I'm just trying to let myself feel my emotions, but also try not to let myself spiral, which I did a handful of times yesterday, but I think that that's a normal human reaction. And I'm just gonna, why are we shaking so much? I'm just gonna try my best to be, why is this shaking? Sorry guys. To be as patient as humanly possible. And I saw someone in the comments, saying that they hope I have a good support system, and I literally could not have a better support system. My husband is amazing. My family is above and beyond amazing. My friends will be amazing when I tell them. So I'm very, very, my bosses are amazing. Actually, one of my bosses, he had acute leukemia. And so the first thing I did was, text them, and they've been checking on me all day yesterday. I'm very blessed to be surrounded by an amazing support system. So, and I have you guys. Like I said, everybody in the comments yesterday was so incredibly kind and so incredibly sweet. And I'm very lucky and blessed in that way, that I have and I have always had a lot of people in my corner. So I'm like really hoping that all of this is for nothing. Like, I'm so hoping that like my results are gonna come back and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's this, or like, oh yeah, we don't know what it is, but it's not cancer. And then I can come on here and be like, guess what, bitches? You know what I mean? Like, I really hope that I'm psyching myself and freaking myself out for no reason. That's my hope. Why are we shaking? I'm really, really hoping that this is a false alarm and I can come on and say, sorry for scaring everybody, but... So I have my next appointment with her. I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on right now and why my tripod is not stabilizing, you guys. But my next appointment with her is August 26th. And then I have my ultrasound, because I think I told you guys yesterday, she wants me to get an ultrasound done to check my spleen and my liver. And so I scheduled that, and I have that this Friday. So, being proactive. So yesterday was my shot day, and I skipped it. I just was not in the right mental space. And I also went upstairs pretty early and kind of laid down and unexpectedly fell asleep. And again, my husband's on call, so he didn't get home until midnight, and he didn't know that I didn't take it, so obviously he didn't bring it upstairs. And by the time he got into bed, I kind of woke up and was like, shit. And I was just too tired and too lazy to go back downstairs. But I know that you're able to like hold off by like a day or two, so I'm sure I'll take it tonight when I get home. But the thought of going downstairs and like stabbing myself with a needle versus laying in bed when I kind of finally was shutting my brain off, I chose my mental health, and that is totally fine. I also didn't eat too much yesterday. Right after the doctor's appointment, I said to Tim, I need to pick me up and I want to go to Dairy Queen. And we went and we got a ice cream cone, and I don't care. I don't feel bad about it. I wanted it, and that's what I did. And so we went there, and then I came home and I had my normal lunch, which is the chicken and tomato, cucumber, feta. And then I don't think I had anything else until dinner time. And for dinner, all I had was a big ass sweet potato, and 2 pieces of toast with butter. Because again, my husband was not home and I just was not in the mood to cook or make anything. So, but all that to say, I stepped on the scale this morning, and yesterday I was like 240.2, I think, and today I was 237 point something. So clearly did not get enough in yesterday, but I'm very, very, very excited that we're in the 230s, because my next big goal, my first big goal was the 250. Then my next big goal is 230. So we are in the 230s, and I'm so excited. I'm really just hoping that the waiting game of all of this doesn't derail me from focusing on keeping with what I've been doing. This is going to be a really big test for me, I guess. Because now is when, in the past, I would spiral and freak out and eat everything and cope with food and sweets and kind of get off my game. And so Funny enough, yesterday though, like the one thing I wanted to do, and I don't know why I didn't do it, I think just because my brain was just everywhere, but like the one thing I wanted to do was go to the gym and like work out really hard and just sweat and like just let anger and fear and all this stuff out. And like I was like, I'll go to the gym and I'm gonna like work my ass off, and like I could have done that. And so it's just funny how like that was a thought in my mind of like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I want to go to the gym. Like who the hell am I wanting to go to the gym to let off steam? But it didn't work out, because after I had that thought, then I had the thought of, well, let me do some research first. And then I did too much research, and then I sat in my house the rest of the time, cried on and off, watched a lot of TV and YouTube and TikTok videos, and then fell asleep at like 9 p.m. So that's how my day went yesterday. But I will obviously keep you guys updated if anything new happens, and just keep those thoughts and vibes and prayers coming my way, and hopefully, you know, hopefully this will all be for nothing, and I'll get some good news sooner rather than later. See you guys tomorrow.